Hello, welcome to Tea and Reflections. For those of you that don't know what Tea and Reflections is, it's a series of videos that I do where I stop in the middle of my day and make a cup of tea because I love tea, and I reflect with you on some aspect of life for 3 or 4 minutes. Now today I want to start by saying that life is hard. I think that's the opening sentence in that book, The Road Less Travelled. Life is hard and complex, isn't it? And I think we live in a society that often wants to make everything very simple. We're surrounded by quick fixes and sound bites and the pressure for instantaneous responses, and we move at such a fast pace. But actually, that often doesn't really give due credit to the complexity of problems. And actually, if you were to say to me today, for example, I'll just give you an example, if you were to say to me, "How are you?" a simple response would just be to say, "I'm fine." But if I was giving an honest response, I'd say, well, there's 100 things going on for me at the moment. I feel joyful because my daughter has just passed her Masters in Composition today, and I feel joy because we've got new water lilies coming out on our pond, and I feel sadness because of my mum's illness, and I just carry that sadness in my heart. And I feel excitement because I'm just starting my new business for my coaching, and I feel a bit of trepidation because I'm not quite sure how it's all gonna pan out. And I have various decisions I need to make, and if you are, I'm angry as well because of the decision that the government made the other day to approve a third runway at Heathrow, and on the same day they turned down a renewable energy scheme for Swansea, and how's my body? My body feels good, but I've got a muscular issue going on, and I had to see an osteopath yesterday, and so it goes on. If I was to ask you, how are you? I'm sure you would have a myriad of things that you could say. And we're all living all the time, aren't we? We're living in the layers and with this morass of different stuff going on, and having to hold together contradiction and complexity. And so if you're saying, why haven't I got my life sorted? I just want to say to you that in asking that question, you are being real, you're being honest. That is a place of integrity, actually, because there aren't simple fixes. Don't be tempted to go with surface, simple answers, because most of life, I think if you're going to live from the centre of who you really are, it involves going through the complexity, not denying it, not pretending it doesn't exist, but actually going through it. And that's what I'd like to explore in these next few teas and reflections with you. Themes around, how do I live an authentic life? How can I access joy in the midst of all the mess? And how can I live from the centre of who I am? How can I be true to who I am? And how do we deal with life being hard and complex and all those various issues around that? So I'd like to explore some of those themes with you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.